I was thinking about this in the car ride home today, guys, because Video Killed the Radio Star came on, and I was thinking about my own situation. So this is kind of a weird video to do because I'm used to really teaching, and I think that in a sense it's like I feel like I'm on a reality show and I'm going to vent or something like that. If you don't know, I've been in the classroom, or I was in the classroom for 15 years. I taught at a wonderful school, McKinley High School in Buffalo, New York. I taught AP Government and United States History. And a couple other courses here and there, and I freaking love my job. I think that I was born to do it. I love being around kids in a non-creepy way and facilitating learning, and really just kind of kid energy and kind of having an effect on human beings to make the world a better place. And I think I know my content, and I think I have really strong pedagogy. I was a professional. I am a professional. I always was thinking about how I could facilitate the learning of my kids. That was my job. And I want to tell you why I left, because I think that's important. I think I have a voice here, a teacher voice, and I'd like to at least put it on video because people are asking me all the time, why did you leave the classroom? You love teaching so much. And I'm telling you, I'm doing tech coaching right now, kind of helping teachers facilitate kids with tech lessons. But I'm not around kids. I'm kind of planning right now, and I'm going crazy. I'd much rather be in the classroom, and I hope I get there soon. But I want to tell you, so here's the reason. It's not Data. Data's not all bad. I mean, there's a character named Data on the Goonies who's really, really cool. Star Trek, Data, you're wonderful. And I certainly like, Data. I want to know how many calories I'm intaking, and I'd like to know, how my kids did on a test, and data is important, no doubt about it. But if you don't know, and I guess this is for John and Jane Q. Public, data has become kind of the cult of teaching now. It's called data-directed instruction. And in a sense, the idea, and I don't think that people that believe this are bad people. I think a lot of them, maybe not all of them, maybe some have some dollar signs in their eyes, but I think a lot of them are well-intentioned, that they really think this is the best way to teach. And I'm not saying that for everybody. It's not. It might be really great for some people. But really what's happened over the last few years, and I'm not going to go into why. I think I have a lot of answers to that question. But let's just say that people think that schools are failing, and I don't buy that. I think that maybe schools in poverty are having some problems, but for the most part, our schools do pretty good comparatively. But anyway, everybody thinks schools are failing, and there's kind of this rush to get schools to be accountable. I mean, I think it's hard to be against accountability. That might be part of the problem. Teachers standing up and saying, don't make me accountable doesn't sound good, and I certainly want to be accountable for how my kids do. But what's happened with this kind of, this deep focus and kind of what I would say is kind of like a one lens approach to teaching is that administration and the state and government have created really these internal regulations and rules to, in a sense, try to control the way that we teach. And maybe they're trying to do it for good reasons, but I always use the analogy, and I would tell people that when I was teaching, in a sense, it was like I was building a bridge to learning. And we would have fun, build the bridge, and kids would dance and sing and walk across the bridge. And at the end of the year, they take a test, and they go, oh my God, Mr. Hughes, what a wonderful bridge of learning that you built. And the analogy that I use is now, in a sense, I still get to build the bridge, but I have to constantly prove to people or show people how I'm building it, why I'm building it, have data to back up the reasons that I'm building it. If I had 1 million hours in the day, maybe that would work out. But teaching is quite the creative and time-consuming art. And people do it in a lot of different ways. There's people that script everything and write everything down. And there's people that have notes. And there's people that don't. There's people that lesson plan. And there's people that don't. And I was always kind of a head winger. Like I knew what I wanted to do and I had some general outlines. But I would just kind of like do it in the way that I felt was best at that moment. And it always worked really, really well. But now, like Mr. Hughes, it was, where is your calculated, objective-driven learning objective? And I would have to spend so much time trying to do that, it really took my mind or my brain away from that innovation part of that job of facilitating that learning. And then there came this thing called CFAs, or Common Formal Assessments, where the district would come in and say, everybody's taking the same test on Wednesday, and then we will look at the numbers and we will plot them and you will see why they got C instead of D, and calculate the reasons you'll teach that differently next time. And it really just became just crazy. I'm not even going to talk about Common Core and modules and, oh my God, you have no idea. The saddest part of this phase right now is thinking that if a kid asks me, I got to be honest, should I be a teacher? I don't know. I don't know what I would tell the kid. you know, not to mention we haven't had a contract in Buffalo for a decade or something like that. I'm not even talking about the financial thing. I'm talking about that creative thing. That, you know, good teaching takes creative souls, people that are risk takers and people that are influencers and early adopters of technology and all these things. And it's impossible to do it now. It just is. There's just not enough time, and there's just too many rules and too many eyes and too many regulations. And I left. I walked away. And man, that hurts. I'm telling you. So if you're out there, please support public teachers. All right? There needs to be accountability, no doubt. We can figure that out. I think that it starts with recruitment and retainment. It starts with personnel. It starts with, you know, tell you a quick story and then I'll get out of here, guys. And I'm not knocking anybody. I try not to do that, but I'll just say this might be a better way to do it. I adjunct at a university, right? So I work with 40, 50 graduate school students a year, people that are training to be teachers or young teachers or, returning, going to the profession in a new way, whatever. Nobody's ever asked me, hey, Hughes, who would be a really great teacher? And I feel like we should be doing that. We should be scouting, maybe getting master teachers to go out and find extraordinary individuals that need to be in classrooms because teachers need to be extraordinary. I get that. But I need everyone to understand out there in TV land and YouTube land that it's just nuts right now. And the end, badness isn't just that I'm leaving and I'm sad and I'm mad and all those things. The end result is kids are being droned. I'm telling you, they are. Their divergent thinking skills, the level of innovation that's going on, it's just sad. It's just not good. And school should be a little bit messy sometimes, and it should be noisy sometimes, and it should have fun sometimes, and it should be serious sometimes. But teachers need to be professionals. We need to raise our teacher voices. I blame a little bit of this on our own profession. But anyway, we need to change it. It needs to stop. The madness needs to go away. So people that are born to be teachers can be the teachers they need to be. Otherwise, guys, it's just, I can't even tell you, it's just going to get worse. So, how's that for some happy thoughts? Super duper Stormtrooper. All right, that's all I got for you guys. That felt really good. I feel like lighter and stuff. The good news is, though, there are kids in the building I'm working at. So when I hear them going to lunch, I go and I walk in the hall just to joke around. It's like Cocoon, where I go in the water and I suck the life energy. That's a little creepy. We'll see you guys next time. Press my buttons. And never forget, where attention goes, energy flows.